I'm Lex Lou of SoWellGroomed.com, and I'm here with my dad, and we're about to have breakfast at Yo. But before we start breakfast, I really have been wanting to talk about young black men and their lack of fatherhood, and why single parent homes are, or how rather, single parent homes are affecting young men, especially now. And I know that you grew up in a single parent home for a little while, and then you also um, had a stepfather. So your perspective to me is important on the subject because you have experience first. So I wanted to talk to you about your firsthand experience with having a single mother and having a stepfather. And then also what you see today, because you have been very instrumental in helping me to raise my two sons. And there hasn't really been any consistency for them other than you. So I just wanted to kind of know like what your thoughts were on that. And we were kind of talking about it yesterday a little bit, but I wanted to do this for my blog because I think that it's important for um, young men coming up to kind of get this type of conversation um, from a man that's been through it, number one, and then from somebody that's older who's lived a while and been able to see things and capture different instances and scenarios and be able to develop your own thoughts on those.
She didn't know a whole lot about parenting. It's kind of a work in progress. Like a lot of relationships with single parents, uh, they weren't expecting to have a baby, and they wind up in motherhood. So they usually aren't married. And in my particular case, I was lucky I had a grandmother that was there, that knew about parenting, and I was even luckier that my mom married a pretty good guy. I mean, he was a great provider, uh, hard worker, Christian man, deacon in the church. So, I was brought up in that kind of environment, and it made a lot of difference, as far as what I was exposed to. I wasn't exposed to the street life. A lot of kids grow up in the project, they grow up hustling, they grow up exposed to the street life. Uh, they don't have any experience with religious upbringing, any exposure to the church. That's a big factor in what plays a big role in how young people develop, is what kind of exposure they have out there in the real world. And so I was lucky in that as I grew up, we had our conflict. I mean, he was my stepdad. He had three kids of his own with my mom. She seemed to have, and they seemed to have catered more so to them than they did to me. But then I left home at an early age. I left home when I was 17 years old because of some of the things that was going on that I felt like were against what my principles were and what I thought it should be like. And so I wanted a little bit more freedom, and I didn't have access to that. So I left home right after I graduated from high school. But then again, I had enough sense to know that I couldn't survive out there in the streets, so I joined the military. And you know,
So
but
did you feel like um, within our homes, especially, okay, you had to go from, okay, I have this single mom, it's just me and my mom. How long was it just you and her for?
well, I don't understand.
Well, it was you, your mom, and your grandma. How long, how old were you when she got married?
I was 5 years old.
Oh, okay. So, but it was you and her for 5 years, and then what's the age gap between you and Aunt Lisa, right?
I'm 9 years older than my deceased brother Joe.
Oh, okay.
13 years older than my sister, and 23 years older than my youngest brother.
Okay. So there was 9 years between you and Uncle Joe. So you were by yourself with your mom for 5 years, and then you were by yourself with both of them for 4 years. So that's 9 years by yourself, and then the other children come along, and as that relationship developed, it was different, and you left the house early, right? Like, do you feel like if there was a different dynamic, or that there should have been a different dynamic, and you staying within the house a little bit longer, do you feel like the way black families are set up is just kind of like, let's throw you out into the world as quick as we can, or the home environment doesn't, it's not really set up for you to stay and really kind of cultivate your younger self and your young adulthood? It's just more like, I have to leave and get out there when I'm like 17, 18 years old.
No, my situation is more happenstance.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it just so happened that, you know, I wind up, my stepdad had a my way or the highway attitude, which I chose the highway. And but at that point, I was, rebellious. I felt like I didn't want to do things his way. Want to, I don't know, I didn't plan to leave home, but happenstance, it just happened that we had some conflict, and I left. Like I said, it was my way to highway, so I chose the highway. Didn't have any place to stay, didn't have any place to go. I was right in the street, and that was that was not good. That's not good at all. So to that end, I somebody came up with a group of boys. As you know, a group of boys never any good in anything as it relates to any good. So they were out doing all kind of stuff that I didn't approve of. They were trying to steal and rob, and so that definitely wasn't going to work for me. So somebody said, let's join up. And so we all went down to the recruiting office, and they were all a bunch of dummies, and nobody passed the test. Like all of somebody passed the test. And all those scores on my BD 214, I had some good 90s, had some great scores. I could have went anywhere I wanted, Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force. I wanted to go into the Army because it was the shortest period of time. I wanted to go to the Air Force, it was 4 years. But they had the best.
You remember when I wanted to go to the Air Force?
No, I don't. You want to go to the Air Force?
Yeah, right out of high school, I talked about it, and you told me that I wouldn't listen, and that would be terrible for me.
Yeah, well, it would. So they lock you up if you go in there and don't follow orders. That's a very regimented, very strict orderly process. So yeah, you could have been in a lot of trouble. But getting back to the situation about parenthood, fathers, and the lack of fathers being around, uh, men have negative and positive influence on children, period, boys and girls. I don't think that it's integrated for a boy to have a father around and it is for a girl to have a father around. And I think truly that fathers not being around is not as detrimental as people try to make it out to be.
So you don't feel like it's that bad for a woman to
I don't
have to
think
raise their children alone?
I don't think that the negative concept that is labeled and put on black families for not having men in the household is as warranted or as truistic as it's made out to be.
Okay.
And I use Ben Carson as a great example. His mother raised him and his brother without a man in the house. She was single, her husband left her. I thought he was a bigamist. He was married to her and another woman at the same time.
Oh.
And when she found out, and that's after she had had two children by him. And when she found out, that just killed that relationship. And the sad thing about it, it affected Ben tremendously. I mean, he really loved his father. He wanted his father around.
Right.
But at some point, he finally come to the conclusion that he wasn't going to be there, and life goes on. And so he grew up without a father in the household. But look at what he turned out to be. He's a remarkably, incredibly smart, gifted man.
Right.
But he didn't do that by happenstance. He had to work at that. He wanted to do what he turned out to be. He wanted to be a doctor. He wanted to do what he did, and he set about doing that. And so that's the whole process that I try to instill in everybody's psyche when I talk to them about anything that relates to children or growing up, period. Is that at some point in life, you need to grasp something that has value and meaning to you that you can want to be and do that will take you through life. The sad thing about it seems like so many of our young people, they don't want anything.
Yeah.
They don't want to do anything. And then it's the blame game. Well, I didn't have this, I didn't have that, I didn't have a father. That has nothing to do with how you turn out. That all comes back to that individual. That rests on the shoulders and the back of that individual that carries that load.
Well, I can say from my own experience that it's very frustrating just being the only one to have to do the majority of everything, to have to um, if they discipline the child, teach them values, to get them aligned with who they are and the goals that they have, to check the homework, do the homework, run them here, run them there, you know, buy the clothes, make the doctor's appointments. Like, there's so much responsibility, and there have been times that I felt like this is a shared responsibility. I should have someone here that's able to, when I need to take a break, I can take a break. When I need to go off and do something for me or myself, then I should be able to do that. And with my mom being here, you know, she helped me kind of do that because she felt like, well, I'll keep the boys for you on the weekend, but I actually was working those weekends as well. So it really was like, um, I had help in the sense of I didn't have to pay a babysitter, but I didn't have that chance to really take a break or that chance for certain responsibilities to be on somebody else. It's always been on me. And I think that um, from my own perspective, sometimes situations that I deal with them, I come from a frustrated stance when I respond to them. Not necessarily from this calm place all the time because it's just me.
Well,
Like, did you experience that with your mom at all, or can you remember any of that?
I was the oldest in the family. So there's everything that you talk about, I live with on a daily basis. I did all the house cleaning. I washed my own clothes. I cooked. I mean, I babysat her. So the very things you talk about, I did that. So what you're saying to me, has nothing to do with what your responsibility is and what you should be doing because these are your kids. So once you have them, they are yours. So whatever goes along with that, that's part of the process.
Right.
So if you can't get away, oh well. If you can't have this, oh well. Because that, all that should have been thought about prior to, you know. But now that it has happened and it's there, well then you should embrace that. And I know from experience, from my part of it, what it's like to be overwhelmed by that. But it's a process that had to be done. I had to go through because that was part of my. And oftentimes, women use children as a punitive measure. Black women used to deny men access to their children. We always want to talk about how we were not around for the children and stuff. But a lot of black women would tell men that they weren't their children, or they would lie and say the children that wasn't theirs were theirs. I mean, so it was just always this
Kind of using them as a
as a pawn.
yeah, as a way to manipulate the man.
As a way to manipulate the relationship, to manipulate the man, to get something out of him, to whatever, whatever. The point being is that it was always a very detrimental thing, relationship-wise, for the man and the kid. And then you have, as that thing progressed in time, those same kids grew up. Now you have those kids out there fathering children that they don't give a damn about.
Right.
They don't give a damn. They put as many of my kids as they can and walk around bragging about how many they have and not doing a thing for them. Not being a part of their life, not being a part of their financial needs, not being a part of their mental health or their mental support or
Right.
their educational support. So the thing that we see as a turnabout force from when I was growing up to what you see now. And the sadness of all that is you have a very dejected and neglected group of children out there that's suffering from a process that was put in place by women, by women that, unbeknownst to them, of not caring what the outcome was going to be, just went out there and just threw caution to the wind and just said to hell with it and played these games. And the people that paid the highest price and did the most suffering from that were the children,
Right.
their children, and especially the boys.
Right. Right.
So,
So now, like you said, we have this system that's kind of set up that's been all about separating men from women, separating us from one another to be able to co-parent or even be able to just have successful relationships because there's so much uh, turmoil, I think, from needing to heal, being in a place of needing to make things better for yourself and to be able to let go of situations that you really didn't have control over in the past. Because I know as a lot of people, men and women, we carry this baggage with us from the way that we grew up. You know, this conditioning that we grew up that it just seems like it could be technology that pulls people apart. Conversations of what we talk about specifically um, without getting, all crazy where you're not listening. Okay, these broken.
stop bastardizing their children. Women need to stop allowing them to bastardize their children because women have as much responsibility in that as men do. The choices that people make. A woman doesn't have to get pregnant now. There's no earthly reason for a woman to get pregnant from having bullshit. So when you have that kind of process out there, the men is bastardizing children and the women are perpetuating that same kind of process. That needs to stop. That's one of the major things that, especially in the black, among black people, that needs to stop. They need to start bringing quality, putting quality people on the face of this earth. And another thing black people need to stop doing, especially black women, is killing their children. Planned Parenthood have centers set up all over the black neighborhood, and they are killing children like it ain't no tomorrow. So what I'm saying is, you can't you can't take something that's live and make it instant. You can take it and live it as a live process, but you can't take that process and turn it to an instant happening. It just won't work like that. everything has a step-by-step procedure, and people try to rush those procedures, and that's where they start having these problems and mistakes. Now she's pregnant. I don't want this baby. Yada yada yada. She got that abortion center. Planned Parenthood love it. So Planned Parenthood is manipulating the government to get all these funds for all this baby killing, and we're the worst out there, and we need to stop that.
Right.
In our race, we need to stop that. Other people can do what they want to do, but we need to stop that. We need to understand that we have a responsibility to them.
Right.
And for them to have a quality life, we need to invest in them with our time and attention and our focus of love and everything that they need to be good, quality people.
So even with that said, and knowing, okay, well, moving forward, yeah, we could try to control by having conversations to say, look, be selective about who you're dealing with, get to know this person. And I've had conversations with my friends like that, like, maybe our dating process is very quick. Maybe we should go back to courting and somebody for a year and then just being somebody's friend for a while before we move forward with them in certain ways. There should be, and I know sometimes within dating, people have made fun of, women having a 30-day rule or a 60-day rule or different things like that. But I think that those things are put into place just to give you that assuredness before just jumping into something with somebody and having those instant situations. But once you've gotten to a point where now you are a single parent and you have children, what do you feel is more effective in allowing those children to still have relationships with men? Like from my perspective of being a single parent, a mother.
Number one, a woman should never take a man around her children until she, hey, thoroughly gotten to know that man to a point. And this is critical because your children don't need to be exposed to what you're exposed to. No woman should be exposing their children to what she's exposed to out there in a relationship with a man.
Right.
And to that end, it might be a year. It might be never. It might be never. I mean, my thing.
And that's my dad, and I think that the advice that you gave was amazing. It's definitely something that, as a younger person, you know, about instant relationships, about responsibility, and just being able to take on these challenges and embrace it. I think those were really good points of advice that I'm going to take for myself, and I hope that people that are watching this get a chance to benefit from our conversation. I definitely want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about the state of where we are in our parenting and being single parents, and even this instant dating topic that we kind of covered. And just let us know what you think. But overall, I feel like if we just as people try to get better and better ourselves individually, then whatever we attract is also going to be better for us. Whatever we allow into our lives is also going to be better for us because we're creating a standard for ourselves and our children. So with that said, make sure that you visit sowellgroomed.com and subscribe. Make sure you like this video if you want more content like this, and comment and let me know what